There's no way this is 2 minutes, so I'm up here until I'm done. Seriously, I've come a long way. I want to tell you a wee story. I read this story the other day and kind of changed my whole talk tonight. There's two cars flying through the countryside, tops down, going pretty much directly towards each other. There's a woman in one, there's a man in the other, but that's not the issue. I'm not getting into that here. They're not a care in the world. The hair's flying in the wind, the scarf's flopping jauntily, everything's great. They come to this little village, and they fly through the little village, again, not even thinking about what's going on, and they come flying round a corner, just missing each other by inches. Now at that moment, the woman screams, "Pig!" And the man turns round and screams, "Cow!" as he drives round and crashes into a pig. Now, I don't know what the moral of that story is, but if you've read anything on my blog, you'll know I've never been one to shy away from a tortured educational metaphor. So here goes. About a year ago, stop tweeting me. I'm in the middle, can't you see I'm busy? About a year ago, just over a year ago, I wouldn't have known anything about blogging. I really wouldn't. I was one of those teachers that's not for me. They're great for geekies and stroke good teachers, which I was neither really. I wasn't a decent teacher, I was okay in the class, got good results, all those things. Then they introduced a writing folio at Higher English, and I thought I better do something about this. And really because I wanted to avoid a whole load of marking, I started blogging. I set up a blog. I did it through Glow. Yes, and Glow worked for me, sorry, no booing at the back, but it did work for me. And when I set up and I presented it to a pretty good class, a pretty good higher class, 5th year class, the results were pretty amazing. Immediately they started helping each other, they started, would you stop doing that? Collaborating. I'm going to move on a wee bit and just show you a couple of things that they did. Blah, 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 where is it? There. They started, really sort of marking their own work, and it's something that I'd never seen before. They finally found what was a real audience, or a more real audience, or as we say in the English department, a realer audience. And it was amazing, and they all did really well at their higher, but they loved it, and we had a really, really good wee atmosphere in the class. Just, definitely. So getting back to the car story, I think really what I learned about that is that when you listen to other people and listen to advice from other people, you can do these really, really amazing things. When you share your ideas and you shout and you give advice to other people, you can do these really, really amazing things, which kind of brings me to Pedagogy Friday. Pedagogy, I was explaining to other people. Thank you. I was explaining to other people, is a dead simple wee idea. It's a Twitter thing, and we're asking people to go on Twitter on a Friday and just tweet 140 characters about something amazing that's happened in your room. And Caroline Brayley, who's a primary school teacher in Shetland, I think, got back to me last week and she says it's a brilliant wee window into other people's classes. And I think we need more of it. I really do. I think we need to be sharing, we need to be talking, because when we do that, we can change, and I think we can enable change, and I think that's really important. I'm just going to just double check my note because I had an amazing wee story to tell at the end and I've forgotten it. Yeah. Oh yes, I was speaking to a teacher in my school. I suggested that the idea of a... I don't know how to do that. This is on YouTube, stop it. I suggested a little internal TeachMeet for our school. There are 140 teachers in our school. I teach in East Kilbride in a school of 150 teachers, about 1,800 kids, and I suggested a TeachMeet. And one of my colleagues said, well, I don't really do anything special in my class. And I thought that was really tragic. One, I don't believe that, and two, I don't think she's ever been asked or ever had a voice to do it. And I think if we start changing and start sharing, but also acting on what we hear tonight. It's all very well saying that, like, oh, that Kerry Pieper, he was brilliant on TeachMeet the other night. Unless we go back to our classrooms and actually activate change and do something slightly different and share the brilliant things that are going on in our classrooms every single day, things will never get better. And there's some of the best teachers in Scotland sitting in this room right now. Because if we don't, we're going to end up with a whole load of dead pigs. And that's kind of getting, I should have followed that through. Before I go, let's do one more thing. Let's just do one very, very quickly. The last time I was at a TeachMeet, there was people taking pictures of me, and it kind of really, really freaked me out. And I promised today that, as a protest against Braehead Shopping Centre, I want to take a photograph from the opposite direction. So I'm going to take a photograph here if I can get this, because the iPad 2 has a camera, Neil. And if people stopped doing, would you stop doing that? I might be able to just do this. I need you all to squeeze in a wee bit and breathe in. You're going to come round. Please come round. Do it. Stand back. Because I'm going to put this on Pedigree on Friday. So, could you just shout Pedigree? Pedigree! I've come a long way. That was really poor. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pedigree! Brilliant. Thank you very much. Cheers.